As CCTV's Jack Barton reports, the U.S. called on Europe to spend more on defense if NATO is to remain credible.
The NATO summit ended with U.S. Secretary of Defense Chuck Hagel warning that Russia's actions in Ukraine should act as a wake-up call for the organization.
Actions that constitute the most significant and direct challenge to European security since the end of the Cold War.
Hagel said the only response was for Europe to reverse a decade of cuts to defense spending or face the risks posed by a weakened alliance.
We must continue to uphold the credibility of this alliance and the credibility of the international order that European security has anchored for 7 decades.
NATO officials did welcome Moscow's recognition of the new government in Kiev, but called for Russia to pull its remaining troops away from the Ukrainian border and to cease stoking tensions.
On Wednesday, NATO's Supreme Allied Commander for Europe, US General Philip Breedlove, said Russian irregular forces, Russian-backed forces and Russian financing were very active in eastern Ukraine, a situation he said had to stop.
The US also briefed NATO allies on additional military assistance for Ukraine, which was boosted by $5 million on Wednesday. The money will be spent on equipment such as bulletproof vests and night vision goggles. The withdrawal from Afghanistan was also discussed, with the organization's chief insisting the current timetable would be met.
We will complete our combat mission by the end of this year, as we promised.
Though for the first time, the US military announced that about 1,800 of the nearly 10,000 American troops scheduled to remain in Afghanistan after that deadline would be conducting counter-terror operations. Jack Barton, CCTV, Brussels.